Welcome to the court. I am its Jester. Time for a murder trial. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of the Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Monomi's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way! You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells!
Hey!
My brain works just fine!
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? Do these guys think Nekomaru is still alive? I genuinely think he's fucking dead. I see, so you've come to avenge him.
That's...
Avenge? That sounds like he died. He did die. Sounds like you say? Oops. Hello.
Anyway,
Since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on. I won't let you escape. Nekomaru's dead. Nekomaru is fucking dead. I'm gonna be real serious right now. Even if, like, later in the game, Nekomaru shows up and he seems fine, I am fully going to believe that that's not actually Nekomaru and that's just like a clone or an imposter or some other shit. I think the actual real Nekomaru is fucking dead and anything we see from this point forward is gonna be a fake. Remember back when Nagito was under the effect of the despair disease and he started talking about how Fuyuhiko actually died and was replaced with a clone? And that what we had now was the clone because the real Fuyuhiko died during Pekko's execution? I think that was foreshadowing. I think that was foreshadowing for Nekomaru. Hey, did you hear what he said? I don't know, I forgot what he said. I'm kind of a little bit all over the place, my guy. Foreshadowing! Foreshadowing! I am not taking liar disease Nagito seriously. I don't think Fuyuhiko was a clone. I just think that Nekomaru, once he comes back, is going to be a clone. Totally different thing.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off. Nekomaru is fucking dead.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way, not in a million years. He's dead!
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn for?
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Okay, into the Vormouth we go. Oh, it's always gross. We stepped down to the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, the elevator began its steep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it stopped as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place.
What?
My! It feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Oh, I think Monokuma is gonna... I think that's why Monokuma's gonna bring out the clone. Monokuma's like, whoopsie daisy, fucked up there. Clone will fix it. It's not about if Monokuma actually breaks the rules or not. It's about if we see Monokuma breaking the rules. That's what matters.
Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Nekomaru's dead.
Hey! Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No.
Why bother?
That's... What?
Well now.
Hello. Now then, let's begin.
Yoo-hoo!
I get a little less awful every day, and that's the best we can hope for. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. She bit you! She bit you! Multiple times! And broke the door to your cottage! So you are no longer safe while you're asleep. Hyoko Saionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Maharu's death. The person who killed those 2 is among us. Oh god, Danganronpa is just like Among Us. Oh wait, it came out first. Among Us is just like Danganronpa. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. For Ibuki's sake. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I would like to save. Oh, set skills. Do I have new skills I can add? Melodious voice. Trance. Wow, I can have like so many more skills. I just have not been buying them. Note to self, buy more skills.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
The fact that everyone else looks upset and Nagito is just standing there smiling like, yep, time for a class trial, let's go. Whoopsie-daisy.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person...
I don't know why, but I find it so funny that Hyoko's portrait is noticeably lower to the ground than Maharu's portrait. As though, like, yeah, Hyoko was short, so we should have her portrait be closer to the ground.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Is or is not Nekomaru maybe a little bit dead because of the stupid shit you pulled attacking Monokuma?
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Fucking dumbass.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
He sounded so condescending as he asked that.
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Yeah, you guys suck at teamwork.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
What do you mean by various ways?
Various ways?
You know what? For once, I don't blame Kazuichi for having his mind in the gutter. That did sound a certain way.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Oh, God. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard, is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Look. He may be trying to convince everyone that you killed someone. But I still think you can make the relationship work, Hajime.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
No, that's wrong! I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Nagito's flirting game is fucking insane.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Yeah, Nagito's playing 4D chess.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Playing 4D chess.
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
It is quite literally a game.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
It's a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
I can see Sonia killing people to mimic a movie.
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Door didn't
It
have a
seems
lock.
they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The door did not have a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the by locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong! Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
I still don't understand how within 10 minutes the killer could tape up Hiyoko and glue the door shut. And get rid of the evidence that they glued the door shut.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. That was glue.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
I genuinely don't understand how the glue could dry fast enough to keep the door shut within 10 minutes.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
I still can't believe she did that.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, but if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
You did.
Apologize to Miss Sonia. And me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
The fact that, hey, you owe us an apology, but you shouldn't slice open your stomach when you do, has to be said, is insane.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Shut the fuck up, mon ami!
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
I could understand if Hiyoko was already dead and her body was hidden in the storage room, but coming up, like, even if right after Hajime left, the killer dragged her out of the storage room, taped her up, and then broke the drumstick and then glued the door shut. That is still an insanely quick speed to do all that in.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. It's the wallpaper. Oh, why? Give me a W. Fuck, I lost it. Give me some L's. Give me another L. Oh god, my health is gonna die. Oh god. Oh god, it's all happening. Give me some... Get out! 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 Damn it, these! Where are the R's?
I got it! That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, You can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give it a try. Oh, we're doing the logic dive. Oh, no. We're in it now. How do I jump? Oh, I missed the jump. It's fine, Hajime. It's fine. I got you. Oh, we're in it. Oh, fuck. Oh god, there's so many barriers. Hyoko's body suddenly appeared at the crime scene. It was hidden. Speed up. Speed up. Oh, I hit the thingy. Oh, I fell off. I am gliding right on the edge. Question 2. Why did the killer use to hide her body? Oh, I missed. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. Oh, I fell. Oh, I fell again. Okay, let's try a different path. Is that good? Jump! Oh! Oh, God! I am just losing life here. Go, Hajime! Question 3. How did the killer hide her body? They covered the pillar.
It's all coming together! I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Still, going back in there, tearing down the second pillar, hiding the wallpaper from having torn down the second pillar, breaking the drumstick and gluing the door from the outside still seems like it should have taken longer than 10 minutes!
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Why make it so convoluted? Why do that? Why include the video? Why do all of that shit? Why not just kill Ibuki in the middle of the night and then fucking say you were asleep when it happened. Everyone would be saying they were asleep when it happened. They'd have no choice but to just guess at random.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You
Hello.
haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
What is 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Oh, Monami didn't get paid for that.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Not really, the lion got shot with arrows.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie to mix up the killing order.
I see! The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Gundam really does live in his own little world.
What a jerk!
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Oh, the girls are fighting.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
Kazuichi, you do not get to criticize other people for being annoying.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she's a top-tier gamer girl, obviously.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Gundam, what's your damage?
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Oh.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Why?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
Gundam, why are you doing this?
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Aw, we got a sword fight.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there. Just a... Did you see a nice nightmare?
Despite its exaggerated process, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Is this
You're
a
saying the
trap?
blood on Ibuki's feet... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
You know, when moments like this, it kind of makes me think that they should have like an in-game explanation for why they can present such good evidence of the crime scene when really, like, they're not showing pictures of it in universe or anything. I think it would be cool if they actually had like a thing where they were like, yeah, the main protagonist has a camera and is taking pictures of evidence. Especially because, like, in the first game, they did have a camera. I have a Danganronpa fanfic, and in it, like, of Trigger Happy Havoc, and in it, like, when they find the camera that was Hifumi's, Leon takes it and, like, is like, yeah, it's embarrassing to hold this camera because of the anime character on it, but I'm gonna carry it around because it's useful for trials. And, like, every trial, like, Leon's just going around snapping pictures. And everyone's super uncomfortable. It's just like, I got a picture of the dead body. And we're like, okay, yeah, that's great. That's great, bud.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Ah, wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Vote for them. Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
I don't know, Monami.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hiyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
How?
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
Dude, she was hanging there.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
Well, she was wearing like, no, there was a fucking horror movie. There was a horror movie I saw in which a character faked his death and faked hanging himself. And what happened was he was wearing a harness under his shirt and he had the rope tied to the harness. But I don't know if we had any of like but he also was using like climbing gear shit. And I don't know if that would be possible for like Ibuki to do. And also if Ibuki felt bad about killing Hiyoko so bad that she decided to kill herself, then she would have wanted the others to know that she did it so that they wouldn't all die too. Isn't that right? Like the only reason to like take your suicide and try to make it look like a murder is if you're actively trying to get everyone else in the game killed.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
Ah, there's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Wait, no, I missed it. I missed it!
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the...
Right before I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those afflicted by... If nobody has an alibi...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that, are we?
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Oh god, don't say it like that.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then, whose? And what kind of trap is it?
Hiya!
Why, hello there! Monami, the moss balls sure look tasty today!
Stop it!
Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls! And here's some chance time! Well, what? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now! Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss! That's 99% your fault! Well, you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then. I'm Usami, magical girl, miracle girl, Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Okay, we're only an hour in. Oh, Monami plushie does sound cute. Okay, we're only an hour in, so I think I still can. I don't think the trial's gonna be that long, so I'll keep going. I'm just gonna go take a quick snack break to eat something real quick, and then I'll be right back and we'll continue with the trial. Okay, I am back. Let's save.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
Haven't we all?
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this?
Because people are stupid.
We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
Preaching to the choir.
No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Okay, Monami is being oddly reassuring. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
Nagito, are you once again sulking over not being murdered? I know you really, really want someone to murder you and to, like, help them plan how they're gonna get away with it before they kill you. I know that's your, like, goal, but I don't think it's happening.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
No one wants to murder you, Nagito. They all think you're too much of an absolute freak to try.
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
What is up with you, Nagito?
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Hello.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
In the words of Genocide Jill, a true artist would never stray from their tools. Oh, awesome! Yay, pants! Yay! Like, I think if the killer was that dead set on it's gonna be an imitation murder and I'm gonna make it like the movie, they would have made it exactly like the movie no matter what. They wouldn't have strayed from that because of what was difficult. They would have either done it or they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have half-assed it like what we got.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Why did Hiyoko go to the music
So,
venue?
you're saying the truth behind Hiyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hiyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out, no matter the cost.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, wait, that's not it.
Crap!
Why did Hyoko go to the music? There's no way we'd...
Maybe the killer
If that's not, maybe she got abducted. No, maybe she went of her own free will.
Or she was guided by the will of causality.
We can agree to her going to her own free will, but it would
Why
have
did
had to be...
Hyoko go to the music venue?
Oh, it's the motel room key.
There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer
If that's maybe she got a
No,
she went of her own free will.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that...
I won't lose. Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yes.
This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
Because you're a dumbass!
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
And people would say Hiro was stupid. Sure, we had to argue with him to
Hiyoko
prove
was
that,
locked inside her room,
to
right?
prove that Hiyoko
She
wasn't a
definitely got
ghost.
abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Oh, God.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Mash! Oh, God.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or the killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Akane is
Hiyoko
not
was
easy.
locked inside her room. She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
No, it never lets me slash
I can't
this
back
one.
down!
Fuck.
Hiyoko was locked inside her. She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Damn it. It won't let
Hiyoko
me
was locked
slash. I
inside
think
her
it's
room.
trying to
She
force.
definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and
I think the
forcibly
game's trying
abducted
to
her.
force
The
me
girl is so
into a
small and
button
weak
mash.
looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
It literally does not let me smash. It does not let me
can't back
slash
down.
at it. It forces me. It doesn't let me slash it.
Hiyoko
It
was locked
forces
inside her
me
room,
into the
right?
button
She
mash.
definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and
Oh, I
forcibly
only get
abducted
so
her.
many cuts.
The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't
Damn
back down!
it! Why would it limit my cuts? Why would it do that to me?
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
Oh, thank God.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono. There's only one
Oh,
reason
fuck,
her
I
kimono
missed
would be
it!
that messed up. She fucked. That's the proof she was abducted, right? My gut is totally right after all.
I missed it.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
Crap!
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
There
Allow
we
me to
go.
cut through
Finally,
those
that's
words.
over.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
What?
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Kazuichi, I'm not doing any more of your free time events. Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, leave the hamsters out of this. They're innocent.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Oh, Gundam's gonna be the next murderer. Not for this trial, but for the next trial. Calling it now.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps! Everyone actually needs help from scum like me!
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Yeah, but that was during Nagito's quiet time.
Huh? Really?
Nagito, did you just zone out?
That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Nagito needs to be on some kind of medication.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why? Why weren't there any footprints on the...
Crap!
Oh, I thought it was because we didn't see any blood on her feet during the video. That's what I meant when I was trying to click the stepladder.
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Kamaida, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video, hmm?
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
If there was some hidden clue in that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. And I'm the only one who can do it. The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. The black curtain in the background, huh?
Damn it!
What else is strange? The bag on the head?
Damn it!
The ladder?
Here!
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing the place where the place where the killer did something? Oh, we're doing this again. Is it the curtain? Oh, I'm gonna lose all my hearts here. No, don't hit each other, no! Bill... Oh, God. Everything's colliding. Location. Oh god, I meant. No, not the O! Okay. Oh, I'm losing all of my hearts on here. No, no, stop, no, stop, stop. Okay. Give me an eye, damn it! Damn it! And I am almost entirely out of health.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
Oh, it was definitely Mekon. The only other location in which they could have filmed would have been the only other place where there was a curtain, and the only other place was that there was a curtain was that other room in the hospital.
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor's supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? Go, Hajime, go, Hajime, go. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? It's so hard to read! The camera? Go, Hajime! Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck again. Oh, fuck! We're gonna run out of health. Question 2. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the venue or at the hospital? The venue. Oh, fuck. Fuck. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venues unit? They took it with them. Oh, I was reading! I was reading!
It's all coming together! That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but... in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor. I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means, even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue? The only possibility is that place inside that building. Oh, again? Really? Fuck! This is where I die. Oh, fuck. This is where I die. Fuck. Conference. No, it should be a conference. Fuck. 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 God damn it. No, 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 don't collide! Shit. No, 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 don't collide! Go!
I got it! It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? A conference room?
It had the curtain.
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
To make the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. I've got to make clear what that work was.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
Shit.
Damn it!
Damn it. We cannot afford this right now.
There's no way the and the music venue.
Which place resembled? Did the conference room look like, or did the music venue?
Or did they make some kind?
Or they might have
I still can't believe he mixed. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
There's no way the and the music venue.
Which place resembled? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
Oh, we're doomed.
Damn it!
Yeah, I failed. It's no use. I can't go on any longer. I don't have any other options. Everyone doubts me. Ah, it appears the trial has come to an end. Now then, it's time to vote. Well, I can totally imagine who the blackened will be. Ahem, by a majority vote, the one who has been chosen as the blackened is Hajime Hinata. But Hajime is not the blackened. Too bad. The true blackened has graduated splendidly. Congratulations. Yeah, good for you, Mikon. And now, the others will all be punished. That means you too, Hajime.
This is our end?
Would you like to retry? Yes.
We will never give up!
Wait, so instead, there's no consequences for if you lose? It just gives you your health bar back to max and you don't have to repeat anything? There are zero consequences for
There's no way
failure?
the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled? Did the conference room look like, or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Ah.
That must be it!
You know, that was the first time I ever failed during a trial, so now I'm
What the killer
realizing,
did
wow,
was-
these games have no consequences. Failure has no consequences. There are no stakes whatsoever.
Make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
Good comeback, Monami.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like the conference room. It's gotta be that.
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside cops say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
The video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue, which means there was a fake somewhere. The fake must have been the Ibuki in the conference room.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set that
But
trap for me
why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Oh, it's Mikon. That's right, I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. I still love you, Mikon, but you gotta go down now, honey.
You're the only one! Mikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question.
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Huh?
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right? And if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it'd be better if you relax in the lobby instead.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
It just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
Didn't need to say all that, Gundam. Didn't need to say that.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
Thanks, Sonia. You're a girl's girl through and through.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
She did it!
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
No, Mikan, I really like you, and I honestly respect the hustle of your plan. It was really well thought out. In fact, if it wasn't for Hiyoko coming in the middle of what you were doing, then you probably wouldn't have gotten caught. It was really covering up Hiyoko's murder too that fucked you on this. But still, it's you or everyone else, and I'm not putting you before Nagito, so you gotta go, Sweet Pea, you gotta go.
Hey, Hajime!
How are we the bad guys? She's the one that killed 2 people. Everyone's ganging up on me. Well, yeah, Mikan's a cutie pie. No one wants to think she killed 2 people. Look at her crying. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with...
Can you hold on a minute?
Oh, great, Nagito's coming up to be a creepy, unhinged loser. Great. I said that in an endearing way. Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
It is a game!
Actually, this is a game.
See?
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue. Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope, and keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along.
Oh, he totally did.
What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh?
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
Oh my god.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Nagito's words contained a decisive clue? Is that really true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled.
That's basically the...
Though hanging and the scars they leave. Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Crap!
Ibuki didn't die. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the... Though hanging and the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the...
But we believed it was from a hang.
Why would that be?
Did we fall for some? The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file, it never specified hanging or
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to...
That's basically the... Though hanging and strangling seems... The scars they leave would look different too.
No, that's not it.
Crap! Ibuki didn't die. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the... Though hanging and the scars they leave... Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for some? The body at the crime scene. Obviously, we'd.
The Monokuma file, it never specified hanging or strangulation.
Crap!
Okay, I'm a little lost on this one.
Ibuki didn't die from hang. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the... Though hanging and the scars they leave... Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie? The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know.
I'm just gonna blow this all up.
Ibuki didn't die from hang. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the...
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for some? The body at the crime scene. Obviously, we'd.
The Monokuma file, it never specified hanging.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to
Maybe
death.
That's basically the...
scars.
Though hanging and the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Crap!
Let me see. Let me try again.
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and the scars they leave would look different too.
Fuck, I...
Scars? You mean the...
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for some? The body at the crime scene. Obviously, we'd.
The Monokuma file, it never specified.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Maybe it's that.
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seems... The scars they leave would look different too.
Damn it. On the bright side, there is, as I am completely bombing,
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to death.
I am no longer
That's
worried about
basically the
losing.
same. Though hanging and the scars they leave... Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for some? The body at the crime scene. Obviously, we'd.
The Monokuma file, it never specified.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die. She was strangled.
That's basically the... Though hanging and the scars they leave... Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie? The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know.
Crap!
Okay, time to look up a walkthrough.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
Cool.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie? The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Okay, there we go. Found the walkthrough. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the problem was I
Ibuki
kept
didn't
trying
die
to
from
use
hanging.
strangled.
She was strangled.
That's basically...
Oh, time's up? Shit. It's fine. We'll get it now. The problem was I kept trying to use strangled. I was actually supposed to use rope from hanging.
We will never give up!
Oh, look at that. I got more health. No consequences. There's never consequences. It really made me think that it needed to be the strangled
Ibuki
one.
didn't die from... She was strangled.
That's basically the no hanging and the scars they leave. Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it! So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she has no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself. I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
Nagito is so mean.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? 'Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you.
Jesus.
I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Nagito has been so on board for murder before now, and now he's suddenly like, nope, this time I'm against it.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Huh?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either. Of course I don't want to do this. But I need to do this.
You doubt your friends?
Friends is a strong word.
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Okay, here we go.
Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem.
Baby girl, you killed 2 people.
I'm done with that. You hear me? I'm done.
Hey, Mikan.
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away.
True.
What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
I forgive you for killing Hiyoko and Ibuki. Like, you know, the girl that was always bullying you and the girl who every time you tripped and fell was encouraging other people to take pictures up your skirt. There was no tragic loss in both of them dying. Like, they were harassing you in different ways, but they were harassing you. So, like, I can't really blame Mikan for snapping.
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That...
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some?
Huh?
I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered 2 of our friends.
They were not her friends.
That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Hiyoko wasn't anyone's friend. Shocky.
Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? Ah, that's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already!
Mikan, I'm cool with you in my book. Like, murders happen, you try to get away with it, whatever. Just try to take this with some dignity.
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
People have said the same thing about me.
I'm not the killer! The video... I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us.
Huh?
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Could it be this was Chiaki's goal all along? She's saying everyone's fate depends on me. The only person who saw that video.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who is going to finish this.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from that There's no way you'd be able to make out her. So please
Hajime, pay close attention and listen. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction. Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me! Huh? 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 I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
Impossible?
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible, don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me! I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
At this rate, we're not getting anywhere. I gotta do something and end this. I gotta do something so I can make her admit it.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
Oh, fuck.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end! Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers for the bonus prizes.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you. here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikon? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
What?
Mikon, you... What has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
I still got a B even though I failed twice.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go! Well now.
Now then, though it may be obvious at this point.
Correct.
You got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. That's right. The true identity of the horrifying blackened who killed 2 girls was Mikon Sumiki.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Mikon, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, Mikon. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them?
Hey!
Don't just laugh, say something! This is going nowhere!
What's going on?
This chick!
Hey!
This is nothing like Peko. She's actually gone mental.
Well, that's obvious.
There's nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikon Sumiki we knew. Huh?
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case.
What?
Mikon too, you say?
I
know because I was looking at Mikon for so long. She was the one taking care of me after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, her expression was full of despair. A despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on, did you say Mikon also had the despair disease? Then that means she was...
What?
Huh, Hajime? Has something crossed your mind? My body's heavy. No, not just heavy, it's something that's soft and really hot. That's right. Mikon felt hot at that time. Now that I think about it, that must have been a high fever, just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be.
Then because of that disease, Mikon was...
Perhaps...
The symptoms that she surely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope and harboring despair for all hope. Because the despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
That's the reason why she can still laugh in such a hopeless situation.
Jeez.
Which means that the Mikon standing before us no longer is the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's infected by despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair? That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair, instead of for the sake of hope.
Impossible.
There's no way I can forgive that.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? That's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong. Wrong. What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Who?
Huh? Huh?
Who are you talking about? If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know.
My beloved. was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
So, Junko or Mukuro, which despaired sister were you dating? Which one of them brought you over to the side of despair? Junko or Mukuro? Look. She's a woman in love. How can I hold that against her? I understand that I've done something unforgivable. But you know, to transcend all that is truly...
It's love.
What love is all about.
Hey.
I don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand? Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you. Oh, that cut deep.
Well...
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones within that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. That's why, as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me,
how
it's
amazing.
like nothing matters. I could just die. That's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love. Only love.
Could it be?
Nagito, is this really the despair disease you were talking about?
This is...
It seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair. You were half right. It's right to say that this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. Remember? Apparently that's what my symptom was. What a wonderful symptom. Which means you had the remembering disease?
But
if this means she remembered something and it ended up like this.
such despair.
Are you saying you were like this from the start? Were you like this before you even came to this island? Don't get so angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So it's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, the current me was strongly influenced by my beloved existence. And it was also my beloved who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and still accepts me. That's the key difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Like I said, who the fuck are you talking about? Probably Junko or Mukuro. Are you saying this is Mikan? She's the real Mikan? Mikan, please answer me. Did you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. There's no way the person you are right now is the real Mikan. Oh, you still doubt me? Then to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about the World Ender organization that you were all worrying about.
You serious?
You know? Not know. I just remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along. How that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also the organization known as the Future Foundation. Future Foundation? Future? That's right. That symbol on the ancient ruins door. That's right. It was the Japanese word for future.
Hey,
Just what is the Future Foundation? What are they planning? As the name suggests, that organization is the world ender. The Future Foundation is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
What the heck? This isn't a comic book, you know? As part of their plan to end the world, the Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, Monami? Huh? I knew it. Monami, Monokuma, they're both members of that crazy organization, aren't they? Monami and I aren't members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely my own.
hey,
Don't laugh. Hey, Mikon, if you really do remember, then you already know, right? You know the true identity of the traitor hiding among us. Of course I know that. Let's see, the Future Foundation lackey that's hiding among you all is...
Oh?
Oh, well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
Of course not.
Aw, hell no! You'll find out eventually, so there's no need to be so impatient. Probably when it comes to countdown. Probably when that countdown ends. Countdown? You even know about that?
Oh?
I don't know anything. Huh? I have a feeling that's what it is. But who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love. From the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Mikon, is this really you? I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe you were like this all along. Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with up until now? The past. Past? That person, she didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys considered that thing a friend.
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's...
Well?
Well, that applies to you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memory it is, losing memories of...
Do you understand?
Like losing your personal identity. Memory is the most important component in building a person, don't you think? Losing our memories makes us shadows of the past. Don't you think?
hey,
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end, it always leads back to that story. That story about our stolen school lives.
Hey, hey.
So it was true all along? Our memories were taken away?
Damn it.
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering this much. Well, why don't you just take your sweet time and remember at your own pace?
Oh?
Oh, Monokuma, is it all right for you to start now?
Yes, indeed.
Punishment time? Damn it, why? Mikon, why does it have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
So Mikon being Junko or Mukuro's girlfriend was not on my bingo card. But hey, diversity win! The ultimate nurse who killed 2 people is Sapphic! It's finished. Is it really finished? The killer who killed Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Sayanji was Mikan Sumiki. And she's been executed. She apparently committed her crime because she was afflicted by the despair disease. So what? What's finished? Nobody wanted it to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mikan from earlier? Was that her true form? Or is it that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it.
It doesn't matter either way. If she ended up like that just from remembering, then all along Mikan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But...
Even if her words were influenced by the despair disease, if the disease turned her into that, if she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So let's just move on. Come on, let's all take this despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
That's impossible! I mean, I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so... Like a house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only her malice toward us. And now, there's no way we can just move on or try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the traitor, too.
Wrong.
Too bad, that's not the case. Mikan was not the traitor.
Come on.
The traitor is still alive, and as proof, see how fine Monami looks right now? I'm not fine at all. Okay, why does Hiyoko hate Mikan? But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right? I mean, you're both pawns of the Future Foundation, so you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that make you, fiend? You did say that you're different than Monami.
Phew.
Who cares about what I am? More important, I'm tired. That doesn't really make me any more sympathetic to Hiyoko, though. Because even if there was, like, if I knew a girl and she was regularly tripping and falling over, and I thought there was a chance that she was actually doing it on purpose for attention, I still wouldn't vocalize it in any way. Because what if I was wrong? Then I'd look like an asshole. And well, Hiyoko looked like an asshole. Who cares about who I am? More important, I'm tired. The drama just kept going and going. I didn't even have time to eat my black bean right eye under the break.
Hey!
Your right eye is made out of black beans?
Hey!
Wait, now's not the time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? Okay, fine. I will read Hiyoko's free time events at some point in time. Maybe I'll warm up to her. Who knows? It's fun because downs come after ups. But if life was full of downs, wouldn't it get boring? So in order to help you guys feel better, I've prepared a special event. Special event? Head over to the First Islands beach. An old friend will be waiting there. Old friend?
Huh?
Could it be Nekomaru?
Hey!
It's Nekomaru, isn't it? Nekomaru was safe after all? Safe. How should I say this? I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome. We're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope? I am happy Nekomaru is returning to us, but...
So just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Miss Sonia.
However...
Even so, I am still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I am truly happy.
Fine.
If you are happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they still lived. Hey, Supreme Overlord of Who Gives a Shit, that line doesn't suit you at all.
Silence.
I shall crush you into dust. Ibuki, Hiyoko, Mikan, Can you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let's all go greet Nekomaru. Let's make it grand, even for those who have died. Huh? What the heck? Do I still have the after effects of the disease? I don't get this at all. Akane.
All right.
Alrighty then, let's go. Yeah, you're right. Nekomaru's coming back. When we heard that, we were unable to contain our excitement as we jumped into the elevator.
Uh-oh.
Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking? What does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them, including Nekomaru's body. Huh? Nekomaru's body? It's their fault for not sticking around until I finish talking. So if something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru? Killed him and replaced him with a clone, calling it now.
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved somebody who was that close to death. So it just couldn't be helped. As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry, to the beach on the first island.
All right!
All right, let's haul ass. Even though our minds were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept right on running toward the beach of the first island. Where in the world is Nekomaru?
Hey,
Hey, Nekomaru, show yourself!
Listen!
We have come to pick you up. Please hurry up and come out of hiding. We raised our voices. We looked around the area. We raised our voices again. We looked around the area again. And so on and so forth. We kept looking for him. But...
Hey!
What the hell, man? He's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could it be did we get false info from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach. What happened?
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
That voice! With high hopes in our hearts, we turned toward the direction of the voice. And then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing! The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Okay, Nekomaru's dead and has been replaced with a robot. This is alter ego all over again. I don't fucking trust this thing! I don't fucking trust it! And then there were 9. Oh, we got Mikan's apron. Save. Okay, so that's the end of that chapter. I'll be playing more Danganronpa next weekend at 12. I'm gonna take a break from doing the Persona 5 Royal streams on Wednesday nights. I'm gonna take a break from that for now. I don't know when I'll do that again. But next Saturday at 12, Danganronpa. Hope to see you there. And until next time, show's over.